Thank you, Angela. We now move to the announcement of this year's winners of the President's Medal Student Awards, and we'll start by awarding the Dissertation Medal. Now, after our call for entries was issued earlier in the year, asking each school to nominate one dissertation, we received 48 entries, the highest number in the history of the awards. And our tireless dissertation judges read all these volumes in less than 2 months, and then gathered here at the RIBA to discuss them and award the Dissertation Medal and commendations. This year, the dissertation judging panel was chaired by Dr. Alexandra Stara from Kingston University and included Dr. Nathaniel Coleman from the University of Newcastle, Professor Mark Cousins from the Architectural Association, and Dr. Samantha Martin McAuliffe from University College Dublin. To better understand some of the work that goes into judging dissertations, we've captured the judges' discussion on film. I would now like to invite to the stage Oliver Richards, RIBA Vice President Education, to award the commendations and medal in the dissertation category. And the first commendation in this category goes to the dissertation Here Isn't Now, Ballard, Silvertown, and the Forces of Time. And the dissertation starts by looking at the desolate landscape of Silvertown in London's Docklands as the embodiment of the modern city, an island of broken bricks, fragmented pasts, of enthusiastic destruction in anticipation of a fictionally utopian construction. This study won over the judges with its refreshing approach to dissertation writing. Less research-based and more a sophisticated musing triggered by real and literary places, the judges considered it a beautifully written and poetic meditation on the modern urban fabric. The dissertation was submitted by the Architectural Association, and the winner of the commendation is Stephen Marshall. The second commendation in this category goes to the dissertation The Site as Muse, Georges Perec and Walking into Topophilia. The past few decades, a renaissance in urban walking and psychogeographies has shown a movement towards the appreciation of subjective narratives of space and place, especially within the sphere of architecture, where they've been used as tools for analysis and design. This dissertation investigates various modes of exploring place and formulates and demonstrates a methodology for creating a lasting contact and immersion with place with the help of the writings of Georges Perec. The judges considered it a rigorous and engaging reading of Perec that pursues its goal with great clarity and consistency for such a fluid subject. The dissertation was written by Tom Sykes and submitted by the Welsh School of Architecture, Cardiff University. Unfortunately, Tom cannot join us tonight as he's working in Australia. His tutor, Stephen Kite, is accepting the commendation on his behalf. This year, the judging panel have agreed to award a high commendation to the dissertation Poetic Creation, the Magical Metaphor of Architectural Design. This dissertation is a theoretical and historical investigation into the deep yet overlooked analogy between architectural and alchemical practice, and aims to delineate the areas where the two disciplines can be considered to overlap. By initially defining alchemy as a dualistic practice that operates simultaneously in the physical and mythological planes, the analogy is made with architectural practice, split between theory and practice since the Renaissance. The judges considered this a greatly ambitious dissertation in its historical and intellectual scope, and were impressed by the breadth of the scholarship and how coherently it was composed into an original argument, as well as by the quality of writing and overall presentation. The dissertation, submitted by the University of Sheffield, was supervised by Dr. Stephen Walker, and the author and winner of the commendation is Curti Durrell. The dissertation that wins this year's medal is entitled Oriental Orientalism in Japan, the Case of Yokohama Chinatown. Excuse me. The judges considered this a highly accomplished piece on a phenomenon we are little familiar with in the West, the exoticizing of another Oriental country in the Orient, exemplified by Yokohama's Chinatown. Drawn from an impressive breadth of sources, some unexpected but all appropriate, the author meticulously composes a picture that brings a careful reading of history to bear upon a complex contemporary reality. Critically astute, beautifully written and illustrated, this piece never loses sight of the architectural dimension of its topic, offering a thoroughly convincing and sophisticated discussion of an unexpected and unexpectedly topical subject. The dissertation was supervised by Professor Murray Fraser at the Bartlett School of Architecture, UCL. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this year's dissertation medal is Matthew Leung.
I spent a good deal of today trying to think of something smart to say, but came to the conclusion that I'd probably use everything up for my dissertation. So I'd just like to say thank you to Ed Dennison and Yatmin Liu for their help, Amelia for her tireless and critical proofreading, and my family for their translation services, and last but not least, Murray for all his wisdom and enthusiasm, without which this would not be possible. So thanks very much.